Macbeth, major characters. Macbeth, the evil king of Scotland who stole the throne from Duncan by murdering him and who sinks into a state of chaos because of his greed and guilt. His evil acts led to his ruin, and rebel forces led an attack against him, and Macduff, in a personal battle, beheads him. Lady Macbeth, the wife of Macbeth, who is even more driven by greed and power than her husband, and who is the manipulative force behind the murder of Duncan. Like her husband, fear and remorse cause her ruin. She goes mad and kills herself. Malcolm, King Duncan's oldest son, rightful heir to the throne of Scotland, who flees to England after his father's murder and later returns to lead a successful attack against Macbeth. Banquo, a general in Duncan's army and a close friend of Macbeth, prior to Macbeth seizing the throne. Macbeth begins to fear the good Banquo and has him murdered. Macduff, a general in Duncan's army who becomes suspicious on Macbeth's part in the king's murder. Macduff flees to England to encourage Malcolm to fight against Macbeth and seize his rightful crown. When Macbeth murders Macduff's entire family, Macduff swears personal revenge against the tyrant and succeeds in beheading him during battle. The Three Witches, the personification of evil who predict that Macbeth will become the king of Scotland, planting the seed of greed in his mind. They later predict his downfall. Comments on Macbeth. He, Macbeth, unseamed him, Macdonald, from the nave to the chops. These words were said by Captain to Duncan. The son of Coder helped the king of Norway. Duncan ordered the execution of the son of Coder. Duncan conferred the title of the son of Coder on Macbeth. In this way, the first prophecy has already happened. Number 2. Milk of human kindness. Lady Macbeth is the speaker here. She gives her own estimate of her husband's character. She has little faith in him. He is too human-hearted. It will be a hard job to persuade him to do what is necessary to win the crown. Number 3. He brings great news. Lady Macbeth is the speaker here. News most welcome because it is a great honor to have the king as one's guest. That is the sense in which the messenger understands the words. On the other hand, it is the most fortunate news because it affords an opportunity for murdering the king. It is the sense in which the speaker and the audience understand the words. Number 4. Look like the innocent flower. Lady Macbeth is the speaker here. Let not the observers suspect what is in his mind. Let him act like the serpent, hidden among beautiful flowers. He should be very cautious and play the genial host, never letting the king or his guests suspect what is passing within his mind. Number 5. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Macbeth is the speaker. He has two good reasons not to kill the king. Macbeth is the king's relative and subject. He shouldn't kill him. Macbeth is the king's host, and he should protect the king, not kill him. Number 6. I have no spare to break the sides of my intent. Macbeth is the speaker. He agonizes over whether to kill Duncan or recognize it as a terrible sin. Lady Macbeth doesn't like that. She counsels him to screw his courage to the sticking place and details the way they will murder the king. Number 7. Vaulting ambition which overleaps itself and falls on the other. These words were said by Macbeth to Lady Macbeth. Key point: everyone likes King Duncan. He's a good king. Macbeth has only one reason for killing the king. It's his own ambition, over ambition. Macbeth, we will proceed no further in this business. Lady Macbeth, I would prefer to kill my own child than behave in such a cowardly way. Macbeth, the theme of ambition. Macbeth's ambition is his tragic flaw. Macbeth, though not over ambitious in the beginning, becomes ambitious when he hears prophecies of the witches that he would become the king. This bait works more on his wife Lady Macbeth than on him. Macbeth's ambition grows so strong that he lets his vicious side of killing free to kill not only the king but whoever comes his way. Both Macbeths fail to see how their ambition makes them cross moral lines and will lead to their downfall. Macbeth, the keynote of the tragedy of Macbeth. Fair is foul and foul is fair. The line is spoken by the witches in the opening scene. All that is good is foul to the witches. All that is evil is welcome to them. It has a symbolical meaning. The witches cannot admit what is good. Evil is the very core of their existence. They will even turn good into evil. They use their power and influence for disorder and confusion in the moral world.